Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Intuitive Tarot. Back with another general reading for my beautiful and handsome collective, y'all. I am hearing that song. Um, Started when we were younger. You were my boo. Somebody saying somebody being a boo. So another girl's taking over, but it's still yours. My boo. Even though we used to argue, it's okay. I know we haven't seen each other in a while. Who seen that? Usher and my boo. You was it? I want to say that's Usher and Alicia Keys. My boo. Somebody saying you they boo. It's gonna be a general reading, child. I've been over there on my other page, Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. Y'all need to go check it out. Check it out. Check it out. If you're new to my channel, Intuitive Tarot, thank you for being here. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully this message, if not some of the others, is helpful and or resonates in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or you get in it for the vibe. Strictly up to you. All right. We're gonna pull a few cards and get a message out collective. But overall, hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful. All right. Show me what we need to see. What's my collective need to know? Make sure you're doing your return to senders collective. If you have not done so already, call on Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron to do that. Okay. But I think I did all of the individual signs readings on Divine Eye Mystic Tarot page. I'll leave the link in my description box below. But yeah, the last one I just did was Leo. So show me what we need to see. What does my collective need to know? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. What's the message? Overall energy. What's my collective need to know? Cards. Give me 3 cards. There's more than 3. I ain't gonna keep them. Alright. Let's see what this is. Bragged about how you blow me up when you really moved on. Came out in reverse. Somebody bragged about how you were gonna blow them up but you really moved on. You ain't blew this person up. So this is maybe something somebody said in the past, collective, man or woman. Somebody bragged about you gonna be blowing them up. 8 months can be significant. Brag, child. Of people like bragging. Oh, they gonna be blowing me up. Watch. That baby ain't his. She lied. So somebody probably moved on, got a baby with somebody now, or thought they did. That baby could be 8 months. Baby could be 8 months old. Something could have happened 8 months ago. Any more on this message? Anything else my collective needs to know on this message? One more shuffle and then that's gonna be it. Yeah. Any more on this message from my collective? Any more on this message? Anything else we need to know on this message? Anything else? I think that's it. So let's clarify. Let's put the deck on the Queen of Wands with the Ten of Swords. Somebody beautiful, handsome, attractive, confident, independent. Could have somebody blocked or have somebody, in their head, somebody having like some sleepless nights, or they could be, dealing with some type of stress, or, when it comes to them feeling they're at their breaking point or something like that. Like somebody may be dealing with the fact there's no contact, no communication or something like that, or just in their head about the things that were said or something, cause they did brag now and say you were going to blow their ass up, but they been in their head since you haven't. The motherfucker don't know when and why you ain't calling them, okay? They don't know why, what's going on. Yeah, they want to, follow their dreams. They want to come in, you know what I'm saying? They see you as somebody very attractive, very handsome, very confident. Queen of Wands, you know what I'm saying? They could have went through a death. You could have went through a death, a transformation with the death. All right, child. Let's see what it is. Who's just bragging about? Six of Wands in reverse. Leo energy, somebody with bragging, lack of recognition, lack of recognition. You got the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck now, reverse. Somebody releasing, gaining some type of awareness now, like especially if they were in their head thinking negatively about something, feeling like they were blocked or trapped or stuck. You know what I'm saying? Somebody releasing themselves, from whatever this them self-limiting beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it came to them, feeling like yeah. Like somebody knew they wouldn't, they were being dishonest. Like somebody in the past, just moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody, was bragging about somebody blowing them up, or I blocked this person because Eight of Swords in reverse, or I blocked this person because, man, that, you know what I'm saying, watch they start trying to blow me up and shit, or something like that. It's like somebody just really moved on. Eight of Swords in reverse. Somebody, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody just moved on. It wasn't about nobody blowing nobody up. You know what I'm saying? And Ten of Swords. Nine of Swords. Somebody freed themselves. You know what I'm saying? I was just shuffling, but you got the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Right behind that is the Nine of Swords. Like somebody freed themselves, you know what I'm saying, from whatever negative thoughts they may have had, from somebody not, what I'm saying, reciprocating or not really, talking no more or something like that, barely talking to each other or something, maybe going weeks, months, without talking to each other, something like that. And shit, somebody just moved the fuck on. Said what they had to say or had their last conversations or whatever and moved on. Somebody been in their head about that shit ever since. Or somebody saying I ain't gonna be in my head about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So just moved on. It wasn't about nobody. But you got the 6 of Wands in reverse, Leo energy. Whatever somebody thought, was gonna bring them a win really was a failure. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody closed their heart off and went up, what the fuck? Man. What's the 6 of Wands in reverse? They got time for the game. What's the 6 of Wands in reverse? Bragging about how you gonna blow them up when you really moved on. Clarify the 6 of Wands in reverse. What's the 6 of Wands in reverse? 7 of Cups. With the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's like we born in 76. So you got the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Devil. So somebody not coming off as, like a solid investment. You know what I'm saying? With the Devil right behind it, with the 2 of Cups. Like somebody know that they had some toxicity. Or they had some dependency issues or some shit like that. Somebody looked at another person like a solid investment, but had a whole bunch of other options. And I feel like somebody thought they had endless choices. So, whatever they thought, something was going to be like when somebody walked away, really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? These may have been a whole bunch of other people that had like codependency issues. You know what I'm saying? It may have made this person feel like, no matter how much how they may have treated them, they wasn't gonna go nowhere until somebody they got with did. They make 7 of Cups. Like somebody may have, countless people. You know what I'm saying? That they can always go back around to and deal with. But that's because they, worry about what it would be like if they don't mess with this person or who this person may end up messing with if they don't mess with them. If they don't deal with them, they like, well, they don't, they just gonna move on to somebody else. So shit, they don't want that. So they, you know what I'm saying? They bite down and put up with some shit to keep a person around. It's like somebody else did not do that. Now others, some others here may have done that with somebody, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Like somebody may have other people that, will blow their ass up if they don't answer their phone. Will, go all, if they don't answer their text messages, they'll go on Messenger and, try to hit them up. I mean, but it's like somebody else ain't doing it. They ain't, doing, I mean, and I don't blame you, collective. Shit, one missed call is a missed call. Why you gotta, what I'm saying, call somebody 13 damn times if they seen the first missed call? I mean, 13 missed calls ain't gonna make nobody call you back no faster. You know what I'm saying? A fake account ain't gonna make nobody respond to you no quicker. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna get used to seeing that shit and ignore that too. I know I would, but I mean, this person thought they had options. But somebody, or they seen themselves, this is somebody that may have been self-absorbed. Like, seeing themselves as a solid investment. Like, shit, who gonna fuck over me? Who not gonna want me? You? You ain't gonna want you when you realize you ain't winning. Shit. The only way you gonna, I mean, could be somebody self-absorbed, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, at the same time, you could be looked at like, this King of Pentacles, like somebody, man or woman, that's a solid investment, disciplined, you know what I'm saying, well-rounded, reliable, a good provider. You know what I'm saying? But that's, what they may, pride themselves on. But I mean, at the same time, you may get involved with people that will take advantage of somebody like that, or just, run amok in your fucking energy because they just want to be seen with you. You know what I'm saying? Just because of your abundance. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's some unhealthiness about the business, the connections they be in, the company they keep, the relationships they get in, the commitments, or the non-committal things they, involve themselves in, money or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, materialism, addictions. But it's like, they got in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody know they got some low vibrational ways about them. You know what I'm saying? Even though they know, there's, possibly, like an attraction between, like a strong, connection, attraction between you two. It's strong, but it's like, somebody, lack that direction, though they have no self control, no self discipline. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that, feel like they can how you say it, I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to go in that direction and they gonna clown me about this. I don't want to end up being, looking like I'm pussy whooped or I'm caught up on, you know what I'm saying, on somebody already. It ain't know them that long. Like I fell in love with them too fast or something like that. Like somebody didn't want to be looked at like that, in this group of people. Mm-hmm. Be an emperor, father figure, or something like that. Yes, indeed. What's the what's the six of wands in reverse with the seven of cups? Clarify the six of wands in reverse with the seven of cups. Got the Hierophant in reverse with the star. Damn. With the two of wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Somebody was real reckless, towards a star. Somebody very beautiful. And somebody could also, have went through a rebirth with the star out here. But I feel like somebody was really reckless towards a star. Possibly a damn earth angel. Shit crazy. Like somebody feared the unknown, not knowing, what to expect or not knowing what direction to go in. Somebody lost their direction. Like somebody lost, you know what I'm saying, they focus. Like not thinking, you know what I'm saying, from their higher self, whatever solutions this person was using to, to figure themselves out or figure a situation out, or when it came to communicating, with the universe, this person was reckless. Like abusing their power, but also, with no consideration for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like making decisions just because it's something they feel like, um, like somebody may, have a lot of, different people come towards them that all might look good. You know what I'm saying? They all handsome. They all look good. They all got a, a nice shape about them. They all packing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. They all got good jobs. They all, whatever. Okay? But it's like somebody feeling as though if you done met one, you done met them all. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have one, you don't have them all. They all the same. Like, no, they not. Out of all these damn cups, it's something different in every one of these damn cups, but it may not be something you can use. You know what I'm saying? It may not be anything in these cups of value, you know what I'm saying, that will, bring any kind of value to your life. It may make a few of these things in this cup could make, could tear your world apart. There's one thing in these cups that could, set you back 12 years. But you won't find that out until you get to investing too much into this cup and getting down to the last, little bit of time, with this person before you realize, this was a bad investment. And by that time, it might be 4 or 5 years and went by, 10 even. You know what I'm saying? Before you realize the star, the person that you had in your life that you thought, you had seen them all before, you know what I'm saying, really was not even to be put in the same damn, you know what I'm saying, sentence with these people. Like, was not even supposed to be mentioned at that time with them folks. Like, somebody was not even supposed to be part of somebody's endless choices. You don't get a star all the time. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a star. You don't get, you know what I'm saying, that divine being all the time. Like, you don't get, that person more than one time in, you know what I'm saying, in your lifetime. Or while you here. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody reincarnates with, their person. Some people, incarnate for the wisdom and the knowledge and things like that, and they focus is not on another part, on not as not a partner. Some people's purpose don't require them to have a partner. Maybe a kindred spirit, somebody close, enough to be that, but that's not something that they going to want to see go any further. Now, people like that, people feel like something wrong with them. Like, damn, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want this or that. Like, no, I'm good, But you got the 2 of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the King of Cups, 7 of Swords in reverse. Somebody want to confess. They want to tell you the truth. Somebody want to reveal, take some responsibility for what they said. Thinking you was going to blow them up and shit like that. Want some type of forgiveness. Coming off as very kind, very, wise. You know what I'm saying? Somebody being seen as very kind, very wise, full of wisdom. Like, this is somebody, that may have at some point was supportive of your endeavors, like whatever it was that you were going towards or talked about doing or thought about, possibly, embarking on some journey or something like that, or, wondering what it would be like to do this, or maybe looking into that. This is somebody that will support that, was, very supportive, but they will be. Somebody lost their focus, you know what I'm saying, lost their direction on like what they wanted, you know what I'm saying, fear the unknown, like not knowing what to expect. Clarify this Temperance in reverse with the 6 of Wands in reverse. What's the Temperance in reverse with the 6 of Wands in reverse? Clarify the Temperance in reverse with the 6 of Wands in reverse. Temperance in reverse with the 6 of Wands. What's the Temperance in reverse with the 6 of Wands in reverse? Yeah, the devil, Capricorn energy with the Tower in reverse. Yeah, somebody was saying what they were saying when it came to them trying to keep from going through what they know, they ways or some type of lifestyle or they way of being, especially whatever they, felt that restriction from, like somebody felt cut off, like they, was limited felt powerless in a situation. Like somebody, like the minute somebody walked away, moved on. When this star moved away, walked on, Aquarius energy, like when somebody moved on and walked away, moved on the calmer waters, got out of somebody's way, it's like somebody, immediately start thinking about how now they don't have that power, especially after so many, so much time went by. And I feel like somebody knows, them saying, that somebody was gonna blow them up or bragging like that was their way of trying to avoid a tower, not wanting to let, whatever chaos or letting whatever, pain that they were dealing with show. Like they were trying to avoid that happening. You know what I'm saying? Like admitting something, not even to themselves, because somebody was trying to, keep that, from being like resisting change. Like somebody was not wanting to, change themselves to, to match somebody or to save the connection or to get out of their own way. Like somebody, knew they had some toxicities. They knew they had like, some outdated beliefs. They knew they had some things that they were points of view. I ain't gonna even say points of view. Like somebody had a way of thinking and doing. And they had this materialistic mindset, thinking, I got money, I got this, I'm looking good. Who don't want me? You know what I'm saying? They ain't the only person out here. They ain't the only star in the sky. They may not be, but everybody don't want you for the same reasons another person do. Everybody's intentions ain't pure. And if you ain't got yourself in alignment with the person that wants you genuinely, you gonna miss out on that person. That's just period. Like you don't want to sit at no red light forever. You expect that red light to change at some point. If it don't, you're going to feel like something wrong with it. I ain't going to never stop here no more. I ain't going to want to do this. What's going on with this life? At the end of the day, shit, you're going to have to wonder what's going on with you that you keep getting good people, but it don't work out. It ain't them good people. You can't keep saying every time you get with somebody, something is repeating itself for no reason at all. It's happening for a reason. But if you get out of your own way and start changing some things about what you're doing or how you ended up in them situations, take some responsibility of how you get there. Them people ain't making you get with them. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like somebody thought, saying this would slow things down. You know what I'm saying? For them to not feel what they, know was coming. Like that fear of like how things gonna be now that that person ain't blowing me up. The truth of the matter is this person ain't blowing you up. You know that. This person done told somebody they not gonna blow them up. Like somebody knows somebody ain't the I'm gonna blow you up type anyway. Somebody knew this. But they were trying to avoid, some type of tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to avoid, how something was really making them feel, or what they knew was gonna come behind them having to deal with adjusting to the fact that somebody just really moved on. They knew this, they just didn't want to talk about it like that. They wasn't gonna say, man, that person ain't finna blow me up. They were smart enough to move on. They wasn't finna say that. Like somebody may have, tried to say, somebody else had something else going on. They had somebody else, or they, maybe they might have had somebody out the whole time, or something like that. But it's really, somebody moving at a damn slow pace. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was afraid of like what to expect. Like somebody didn't know, but they didn't want to have to deal with, the pain of knowing that, you know what I'm saying, the way they handle something, the way they normally are, toward people when this moment happens, when this time comes with people, this is how they normally act. This is how somebody normally responds. And it's like when the minute somebody walked away, moved on, Like the minute somebody walked away and moved on, it's like they realized what it was that they needed to change. But because somebody moved on, deep down they know somebody moved on. It's like somebody also, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, like somebody realized, what it was somebody was moving on because of. Like they knew. They knew. Like one thing about somebody that get caught up in, the games they play is that they know exactly why they going through the shit they going through, or why somebody, in them is the way they are, between, like, why, there's a disconnect between them and past people. Like they know. It's just like when somebody know they done crossed the wrong person, but you won't have to go back around to deal with them if you ever want to go through or get out of a situation again. They like, damn, man, I got to go back towards so and so and make shit right with them. That's the only way they're gonna help us. Exactly. You're gonna meet that person again on your way back down. From all that time when you was up and you felt like you weren't gonna never need that person no more. You never gonna see them again. I'm never gonna have to ask them for shit else. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even worried about that. You know what I'm saying? They out of my life for good. That's what you think. You never know until you have to need that person again. Even if you don't think you need them, there's something that they do that you're gonna need them for. Whether you can let your pride tell you that you're not gonna ask them. But your situation ain't gonna get no better if you don't. That's how God works, baby. Like the old folks say, but God. That baby isn't his. She lied, clarify. That baby isn't his. Who was this? Who was this? Who was this that lied? If that baby did his, this baby isn't his. Got the Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Got 8 months out here. You got the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Somebody been arguing, fighting, possibly. Like having some type of conflict, or somebody, or somebody battling, within themselves, or this is like some type of, battle of or chaos or something that somebody, actually may be, going, coming into. This may not be something that's happened, yet. Somebody could be working hard at trying to prove this person, you know, my mind's eye is showing me like somebody battling, like some, I don't know if they like arguing or someone is going to be doing this, but it's like somebody working hard at trying to make something believable. And it's like somebody like lying, you know what I'm saying? The lies is causing some type of, chaos, like arguing, especially conflict, when it comes to like a dispute. Especially after somebody done put in a lot of work, like they've been working overtime, like somebody been working extra hours and shit like that, bro. Oh God, like somebody been really working, you know what I'm saying, putting in some overtime, like somebody been, trying to do what they, you know what I'm saying, make sure they got what they need, to take care of, you know what I'm saying, their responsibility. And I feel like somebody been working hard too at trying to make sure, this ain't something that come back, you know what I'm saying, around, to bite them in the ass. What's this Eight of Pentacles about? Clarify this Eight of Pentacles. What's the Eight of Pentacles by itself? Clarify Eight of Pentacles by itself. What's the Eight of Pentacles? Five of Pentacles. In reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck. Somebody could want some forgiveness after leaving somebody out in the cold. Behind this, I feel like somebody may have went in this direction with somebody because they, like somebody may have put you in a competition with somebody that they ended up, possibly going in the direction they went in because they, supposedly, thought they had a baby with this person. But it's a lot of dispute going on, like, over lack of cooperation, like somebody not wanting to admit, somebody don't want to admit that they wrong, they fault in something in this. And it's like somebody, don't put in a lot of work, to, mm, Cause somebody, put you in some type of competition with somebody that was not who they thought they were. Like somebody, did something out of the fact that they felt like this would be a way to keep somebody from being able, to come back around to somebody anyway. Like somebody wanted to trap somebody by way of like trying to either bind themselves to this person by way like somebody trying to bind themselves to this person with this baby, with the devil out here. Like with this restriction, it's like um dependency. Like somebody karmic for sure. Because I feel like somebody don't want to let go and be honest about what it is that they arguing and having this conflict about when it comes to these disputes they having, because somebody done put in a lot of work and ascended too. You know what I'm saying? And somebody got left out in the cold in the past because somebody made a decision based on what they felt like they were doing. Like somebody, how somebody feel as though like, damn man, I gotta take care of my responsibility, but I can't just pop back up in somebody's life, and make something right with them and not tell them that I got this baby. I had a baby on them. You know what I'm saying? Since we ain't been together, you know what I'm saying? Um, and it's like somebody, now realizing I gotta make something right with somebody, you know what I'm saying, that I left out in the cold. Like somebody could wanna, come back around after somebody ascended or done did or put in a lot of work, over here with somebody else that really, was somebody they had you in a competition with. Somebody put somebody in a competition with somebody that was a liar about something, but also was trying to bind themselves to this person by way of like trying to trap them. That's why this devil out here is like somebody, felt restricted, like trapped, like stuck in this situation with somebody, that was like a deal breaker. They felt like, you know what I'm saying, if they, like somebody felt like it was going to be some chaos, like it was going, some shit going to hit the fan, like if they would have just chose you over this person with this baby, not knowing, if you knew or how to tell you about this anyway. You know what I'm saying? Without something in the Ten of Swords. So what's the Five of Wands with the Five of Pentacles in reverse? What's the Five of Wands with the Five of Pentacles in reverse? This baby isn't his. She lied. What's the Five of Wands with the Five of Pentacles in reverse? 55 can be a significance. Got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So somebody was trying to, actually secure, something for themselves, but this is like somebody that using a baby as a way to keep somebody, around for found, stability. You know what I'm saying? To keep me, because I feel like somebody knows another person is, like I said, abundant. Like, knows that they will take care of their responsibilities, especially the people they love. You know what I'm saying? And this person might love kids, or they know they don't want to be a deadbeat dad, or deadbeat mom. They don't want to be a lame. They don't want to be an absent parent. You know, purposefully. You know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody stayed with somebody they know they had no business with, or they knew, was just one of these endless choices they ended up messing around with, no protection. You know what I'm saying? And ended up, trapped, stuck in a situation where they had to stay the course to like see what they needed to see. It may have taken somebody a while to see that, maybe 8 months to see that this baby wasn't theirs. You know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody, was lack that stability and security, you know what I'm saying, around them. Like they may have stayed because somebody, they pregnant, you know what I'm saying? They ain't able to work, or they on maternity leave, or they only gonna be able to work for so long. And it's like somebody, lack that stability. But, even after the baby, it's like somebody realizing now, like, now that they know something ain't clicking, it's like, let me look deeper into something. Because I feel like somebody, at some point, felt like, this is only about the money. You know what I'm saying? Even if you staying just for the child, it's going to take you some time to even accept that you're going to sit up here and have to play house with somebody, even if y'all ain't living together, because you got a kid with them. So you're going to be around this kid and them so much that you never know how that's going to work out. You never know if you really look, see yourself with that person long term, especially if it was just, they was just one of them people that, you would link up with from time to time, off and on, and even lead them on. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to think about, the fact that you got a kid with them. I remember somebody, this story one time, this dude thought that he couldn't make kids. And so he was messing around, with random people serving the cup, and one of them ended up pregnant. So when they hit him up about it, he just swore down like that person had to be messing with somebody else, because all these years he ain't made no baby with nobody. And everybody in his family, all his siblings got, kids with him. After all that time, he was like even bragging about telling other people. Anybody that would listen, like, I don't think I can make no kids because I ain't had no kids in a while. Boom. Person found, that person messed around and got a pregnancy test, did a DNA test, and shown up. That was his kid. And he had betted somebody $50, I think, that baby wasn't his. And when he found out, he hit the person up, and the person was like, "I told you, man. It's the first time for everything, and I'm gonna be expecting that $50 cash out." All right, man. Bye. I'm talking about, I was dead. I was like, damn. When you least expect it. And the dude was saying, like, man, I would have never thought I would have had a baby with that person. I wasn't even expecting to see that person no more. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even like them like that. You know what I'm saying? To look at them as like, my baby mom. But like, like everybody was saying, shit, you should have wore some protection if you felt like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, should have just swallowed it instead of, using the plunger. Whatever, child. But you got the 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck with the 9 of cups in reverse. 5 of swords. But somebody want to come in and confess something to you. Like they want to, take some accountability for the fact that if somebody made another person think, that you were with them for money or something like that, you really was self-efficient. Somebody else was codependent. You know what I'm saying? And even with a baby, they looked at somebody as a meal ticket. Somebody knew that this person was not going to walk away and leave them, high and dry with a baby for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew this person to be a very, good provider. You know what I'm saying? But it's also the fact that somebody, realizing now that this person lied, or they going to, What's the Five of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles? Clarify the Five of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. You got the King of Cups with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah. Like somebody, you know, is in their head now about how they put somebody in a competition, or the fact that they know there's gonna be, if somebody don't know, it's gonna be some chaos, some, you know, back and forth, some conflict, you know, when this person find out this person lied. Because they done, you know, somebody works a lot. Like somebody could be a workaholic, but they may have, you know, been working extra hours and, you know what I'm saying, got this promotion and working hard to get this promotion and stuff like that, you know, at a time where, you know, they may have, you know what I'm saying, been focused more on work and made it seem as though, or came off as though like that's all they was concerned about, but somebody had something else going on, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes. But it's like they, you know, looking at somebody gonna be ready to come out of the cold, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to them actually, you know, resurfacing or coming back around, you know, after some type of, you know, loss. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't no telling how much this person that invested in this connection, you know, over a baby that ain't theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's not giving any kind of, you know, justice to people that actually date people with kids already, and they step parents and they love them kids like they own. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, given that, it's like, why lie if, you know, this person had met you and you already had this baby, you wouldn't have been doing all this right here. And this person still would have, you know, probably fucked with you if you would have made it about your baby in the first place. But some folks make it about them so much that, you know, they don't know how that man gonna feel about their kids, you know, when it comes to their well-being. You know, you worry about them giving you so much shit. Some folks don't worry about their kids, you know, benefiting from that connection until way after, you know what I'm saying, things then, you know, turned up, or, you know, it's looking good for you and that person. If it's going to be about them kids, date for your kids. You know what I'm saying? And make your kids the, you know, priority. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get up with this person, shit, I got to do this. Especially if you're a single parent, I got to go do this. I need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going to come with me to go do this when I go do this for them at school or whatever. You going to, you know, involve them if you going to make them part of something, or, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, especially if they got kids that they own and they, you know, ain't in their life and stuff like that. Like, some people feel like that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It may not be your business, but don't brag and get the, you know what I'm saying, get beside yourself because they got a kid with you. Now you want to be on top of everything they do and how they do it and when they do it, you know, but you knew they had kids with other people before you. So, you know, you should have that same consideration for them kids, even if they is from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Them kids, they didn't ask, you know what I'm saying, to be here, but don't ignore them just because they're not your kids. Because the minute you got some kids and you want them, you know, you're not going to want them, you know, going with this person somewhere, being around them, you know, and they with somebody new because you afraid of them, that new person, looking at your child the same way you looked at some other kids that wasn't yours when it was you. So, you know what I'm saying, that projecting should always, you know what I'm saying, it works both ways. But this is somebody that want to come in with some type of forgiveness, you know what I'm saying, kindness, nurturing, like I said, but they gonna have to find a new way to express, you know, themselves, you know, and how they want to be seen, or how they want, you know, to come out to another person or to the outside world. Because I feel like somebody don't have a healthy way, or they didn't have a healthy way of expressing, you know, how they feel or what they going through or what they see. Because somebody, you know, sees themselves in a different light now, but, you know, that's just because they opening themselves up to new ideas, you know what I'm saying, of different ways, you know, to express themselves. You know what I'm saying? Find other things to take action doing, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna give you the results you want realistically. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do some unrealistic shit, just out of because you being impatient. You know what I'm saying? You in a hurry to go make something, you know what I'm saying, fill a void. Like, they ain't hurry to get with somebody, they moved on, let me go on and get with me somebody. Somebody hurry up and got with somebody, maybe 8 months later or something like that. Boom, now they got a baby that ain't even theirs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they done moved on, they ain't calling me. Okay, I'm finna get with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get with me somebody too, but you get what I'm saying? Like, somebody ended up in a situation where the devil, like somebody ended up in a situation where they feel trapped, restricted. You know what I'm saying? From whatever they can do now. Like, somebody can't give you the time you deserve because they got to split their time between them and somebody they possibly done got pregnant. Over that course of time, that they've been dealing with you. Three of Swords, Queen of Cups. Yeah. Somebody was, and it's going to be some chaos if it ain't already happening about this baby not being his. Like, it's going to be some conflict. Somebody worked hard at trying to make themselves, look like they, not codependent like this. Like, they, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody was putting on like they really didn't need this person, or wasn't trying to use this person or something like that when they really were. Especially if somebody was trying to project that, a star was, possibly, just trying to, especially if they knew you wanted a baby with this person. It's like somebody, use that as an excuse or a way to manipulate this person way of thinking, like trying to make them think the collective, possibly for those of you that want another kid or want a kid period with this person. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be any, sign could be significant. Just leaving the signs out of it. This is somebody that maybe you wanted a kid with, possibly, thought about it, but it's like they may have shared that with somebody else and that person, wanted to beat you to the punch. But the point is, the baby ain't even his. But they just like somebody wanted to beat you to it. You know what I'm saying? And this person, now looking at how they may have left you out in the cold, you know what I'm saying? Because of somebody codependencies. You know what I'm saying? And them having, responsibility for somebody and a new person that they wasn't, expecting. Especially if they had already saved and had, put up a good bit of money or something like that, and now they having to go into it, just, to make up for something they done caused until they find out something. Do they know about this baby already? Upright, yes, but personal. Do this person know this baby is not theirs? Do they know already? Do they know this baby is not theirs already? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Are they aware of this baby not being theirs? Yeah. Got the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody, they aware. Yeah. They're aware, like somebody, it's a turning point for somebody now. Got the justice out here, the 10 of Pentacles, at the bottom of the deck. And somebody upset about the fact that, whatever they thought they long term, plans, were to do this. So somebody looked at this as being something, this baby being something that was like a life, what I'm saying, an investment, what I'm saying, like damn, I hit the jackpot, what I'm saying, and somebody, now taking accountability, for what they done caused or how they ended up in this situation in the first place. When they were with somebody they could have had a stable foundation with and shit like that, but they went towards somebody that they success in something, what somebody thought they saw a stable, foundation with was not with this person. This person was really just planning for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't get what they expected out of something. Like somebody feel like something was a limited success. You know what I'm saying? Like they only got so much. They only got so far with something. Something was, especially if somebody was dealing with people, based on the fact that they didn't really put much into themselves. Like somebody may not have had much going on, much, going for themselves. And somebody needed to see this. You know what I'm saying? It was somebody needed to go through the experience to get the lesson. And somebody taking, seizing the moment to get the fuck away from this Queen of Swords in reverse to make a decision. Two of Pentacles, the Emperor, father figure, make it up. What's the overall outcome moving forward in this situation for the collective? What's the future actions moving forward in this situation? What about the future actions moving forward in this situation? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Ooh, Two of Cups. Could be an offer. Four of Wands fell out. So, could be something promising. Could be a marriage. Could be a proposal. I'm curious what this 8 months is about. What is this 8 months about? Clarify 8 months. Why is 8 months out here? Why is 8 months out here? Got the 8 of Wands in reverse. That came out a slow pace, like slow moving. A death with the Queen of Wands. Got the 8 of Wands to death and the Queen of Wands. Like somebody going through a change, a transformation, but it's also, somebody, it's the birth of a new beginning. So This baby could have been 8 months old. Or they could have been 8 months pregnant. Let me clarify this Eight of Wands. What's the Eight of Wands in reverse? 8 months. Got the Four Swords in reverse. Clarifying the Eight of Wands in reverse. So something, was moving at a slow pace. It could have been somebody like just feeling like chronic, like burnout, like overwhelmed. Got the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Got the Two of Swords. Eight of Cups in reverse. Like somebody, that was moving at a slow pace, or how something may have been moving at a slow pace, or they were moving, slow towards you, but somebody like dealing with like a lot of, they not dealing with, with not talking or no, conversation or something like that. Like there's some stagnation, like somebody very restless. There's a lot of restlessness here. You know what I'm saying? About how somebody left something or how they were. You know what I'm saying? This could have been something that been going on now for like 8 months now. Cause like there's no communication or something like that. Like this, like somebody been feeling, sluggish, down, like for maybe the last 8 months. Um, After going through this change or this transformation about this Queen of Wands. Like somebody been feeling burnt out, you know what I'm saying? And if this person been in your energy, you may have been feeling that. Got the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Two of Swords. Cause like somebody, been breadcrumbing a situation. Like saving money or like fear change. Like somebody, been fearing, like somebody maybe have been wanting to come towards you for the last 8 months, but it's like somebody afraid of, how something is going to change, when it comes to this third party situation. Like being at a stalemate, you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta make, it's like some difficult choices here. Like you may have to make a difficult choice, but it's like somebody, wanting to, somebody, regretting like staying in a bad situation. After a Two of Swords, like somebody, put somebody in a third party. But it's like, they stayed where they were, or went back to somebody, you know what I'm saying, in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody stayed there. Three of Cups in reverse. And ended up going through some type of deception. And this was a betrayal. But it also, was somebody, realizing they wasn't seeing something clearly, being a problem at the time. Like somebody didn't see somebody in their life that they were dealing with in this third party situation, doing this to them at that time. Like this was an illusion, like something was hidden. hmm Like somebody didn't realize the involvement with somebody was almost orchestrated. But it's like, them moving at a slow pace or putting themselves in a situation where, now they having to accept the fact that this is the choices they made is what got them here. You know what I'm saying? And not trusting and being afraid of like taking that leap of faith. And, you ain't gonna know if you get something right for getting something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to, to be afraid of, the change, but don't not make the change. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you don't make the change gonna happen. Like that shit gonna blow up in your face if you know what I'm saying, keep ignoring questioning something. You know what I'm saying? Ask the question. Don't give a damn how uncomfortable it makes somebody feel. Ask them. No, I mean, well, damn. Don't let it bother you if you know what I'm saying. Ain't gonna ask them about it. Don't let it press. Don't let it, bother you. Don't let it press you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna question it. If you're gonna question something, be prepared for, whether it's gonna be an answer you want to hear or whether it's, an answer you don't want to hear. Be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Expect it. Know what you need to do if it is. Know what you need to do if it ain't. You know what I'm saying? And go with that. Cause all change ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's necessary. But the wheel of fortune is out here, and somebody on the good side of karma. You know what I'm saying? The wheel is always turning, but somebody moving at a slow pace, possibly to come towards you, fire sign, or fire sign moving slow, or somebody got fire in their chart, but somebody feeling exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it comes to them, not getting no rest from not no communication. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that went through a transformation, made a big change. They done shed away, that excess or whatever about them fall away. You know what I'm saying? For this Queen of Wands, it's like, I'm telling you, I was hearing that song, My Boo, another girl's taking over, but it's still, you still, it's something like that. Even though we used to argue, it's all right. Something, I know, just listen to the song. Shit. I think it's by Usher. I don't know who else. I think it's Alicia Keys, and I don't know, child. Yeah, but I'm finna listen to it too. But anyway, hopefully the reading resonates with you and or is helpful in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You guys, this is Intuitive Tarot. Until next time, I love you. Bye. Mwah.